Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today I just want to preface this video that you're about to watch. It's just me kind of ranting on stream for the next 10 or so minutes, talking about why WoW is where it's at, kind of how we got here, and maybe different ways to maybe move forward, but just my take on the current game. A lot of people are giving World of Warcraft a lot of hate, and this is just my personal point of view, so enjoy the video.
I don't know. The more I think about World of Warcraft and like the direction it's going, I really don't think it's a terrible game. What I think is that it's a product that's been out for 14 years, going on 15 years, and the player base that initially played is growing up, and they're, you know, in their lives, and they're in different spots in their lives, and it's not just like playing games all day anymore. And the younger generation is not enjoying the game as much as our generation did, because the younger generation is different, right? They're like, just like music is generational, or names are generational, game genres are generational, and the generation that's growing up right now wants things quick. They want things now, and a game like WoW is not providing that. A game like Fortnite is, a game like Hearthstone is, a game like League of Legends is. WoW is not. So to me, the loss in subscribers in World of Warcraft is the older generation is quitting because it's inevitable. Of course, as you get older and you have a job and a family and you know, real life like Sing San, of course you're not going to play as much. That's just inevitable. So to grow the game, you have to recruit new players. But the new players are also not interested as much as 10 years ago, because the climate has changed. The gaming climate has changed. So where was I going with that? Yeah, I guess I don't think the game is terrible. I think the players have changed, and the climate has changed. What as rate is the best for Fire Mage? Battlefield Focus or Flames of Alacrity? Back to back. What you quit the game and got rank 1 in 4 days, right? I think it was like 2 or 3, but yeah, that happened. You speak any language besides English? Just English. What do you think about Fire Mage disc? It's not very good. I'd recommend Arcane Mage disc in 2s. Big dick one shots, baby. That's right. I agree with that, Sar. Hell yeah. You make a good point. So to disagree, I think the classic gamer is playing regardless, but it's simply not worth anywhere for the rare free time the grown-ups have. I think I would still disagree with that too. So like, if they related it to the classic gamer and they didn't innovate at all, so classic WoW, or something like that, I think initially people would play, but people would get bored and quit anyway. And then it means the game has literally 0 new players, because why would, like, people are like, oh, I don't want to play a fucking 15-year-old game. So with literally 0 new players, and the older people will eventually quitting anyway, because it's inevitable, then the game dies even quicker. I think it would, in the short term would satisfy people. I nod to that. But in the long term, I think you're dooming yourself to failure. Look at that ring. Yo, Bondo, keep an eye on those DRs, my friend. Going a little bit before the DR came up. If you're listening to me, Bondo, get a Gladius or S-Arena, and then look at the cheap shot and polymorph DRs. When they're off, then you go. so the R's are off now. There we go. There we go. I like to see it. Love to see it. Full sheep off the kidney. Double meteor. And should be a Kaka. There it is. I would have stayed in MOP forever. Yeah, and some people would have, but a lot of people wouldn't. A lot of people get bored. It's if you never change and you don't innovate, if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. Even if something's great, if you don't change, the game will eventually die. Unfortunately, and I wish that wasn't the truth, right? I wish that like once we had a great patch, you just stay with it forever. But then people are like, wait, there's been no content for 6 months. There's been no content for 8 months. There's been no content for 4 years. There's been no content for 6 years. Okay, I'm done. You know, eventually, if there's no new content, the game dies. That's how things work. Look at Fortnite. It's if they're not releasing content every fucking week or 2 weeks, like people are just itching. They want shit changed, right? It's how the new generation wants things. You want new stuff now. If you're not constantly innovating, you're dying. So I agree, like I loved MOP and I loved fucking Wrath and I loved Classic, but if you keep those the same forever, it will die. Yeah, guys, I think the disagreements in chat are mainly semantic disagreements, right? I'm talking about long-term sustainability for a game. I'm not talking about short-term satisfaction or short-term sub numbers. I understand that if we release MOP tomorrow, everyone would love it. I understand if they changed, you know, reverted global cooldown change, everyone would love it. Or that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying long-term, you have to continue to innovate. That's what I'm saying. Tater Gamer, 53 gifted subs. Jinxie, welcome to the family. Tater, thank you so much, man, for the sub and the gifted. Give him some hell yes in the chat. Give him some love. 59 subs tonight, guys. 1 away from that 60 mark. What a stream. What a stream. CSGO has as many players as it ever has. CSGO still has changes from time to time, right? They added new guns or changed the gun balance or changes skins, maps maybe even. I don't play CSGO, so I don't know, but there are some changes, right? I'm pretty sure. It's not like they just kept it the same, so I haven't heard anyone say this, but how I would counter my own argument would be once we have a framework like Wrath of the Lich King, then slightly tweak it over many years, and then if you want to add content, add like visual stuff, right? Like that's how I would counter my own argument instead of saying, well, you don't have to fucking re-release the game every year. You know what I mean? You don't have to fucking re-innovate everything once per year. And I would agree with my own counter argument there, at least nod to it. Like, I hate the fucking framework that Call of Duty has kind of set in place for us. Like, every year there's a new Call of Duty. Like, what does that mean for the old one? Oh, it dies. The day the new one comes out, the old one dies every year. Like, what? That's bullshit, man. Like, once a year? Like, what? It's a fucking money-making machine. Which I guess is the same trap Blizzard's in, right? Like, Blizzard makes a shit ton of money off of releasing a new game once every 2 years or whatever, and keeps people interested, and it spikes sub numbers, and it's lucrative. So it might not be like it's a completely different financial model to move to something like Fortnite or CSGO, and you know, focus more on monetizing skins and appearances, keeping a long-term sustainable game, and like slowly tweaking stuff as needed. If you're comparing the two models, I guess I prefer the second. WoW happens to be the first. So if that's the argument being made, then I absolutely not.